Hello again, YouTubers. This is Leonard Paulson with another tutorial for you. Today we're going to be installing OpenFOAM 2.3 on Ubuntu version 14.04.2, and we're going to be running that in VirtualBox. For any of you that don't already have Ubuntu, or don't have, whether it's on VirtualBox or a native version of it, you can go back. My video before this in the series will show you how to get up and running with VirtualBox, as well as how to install Ubuntu on there and get that all set up. VirtualBox, a new version. Okay, so for those of you that saw my last video, this was the virtual machine that we set up with Ubuntu. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and power that on. I'm going to minimize VirtualBox itself. Okay, enter your password. Alright, so now we're in Ubuntu. So the first thing that you need to do is come over here, type terminal, open your terminal, and then come down to the icon, right click on it, and put lock to launcher. Okay, the reason you want to do that is because you're going to need the terminal a lot, and there's going to be times you're going to power off and come back in, but a lot of what you're going to need to do in Linux is command line. So as you can see now, when I close it, the launcher icon still stays here. You don't have to come up here and type this anymore. Okay, so once you've done that, let's open it back up, and then we're gonna go ahead and type the first line item in our instructions. So step 1. Okay, and what we're doing here is switching to the super user. Enter your password. Don't worry, it's not going to show up, so just make sure you type it right and press enter. And now, as you can see, it says we are root. Okay, so let's come into here and type OpenFOAM Ubuntu. Oops, might help if I spell it right. 14.04. Alright, and then this is the same link. Okay, so just make sure you actually open this. Okay, this will probably come up for most of you. Just click I understand the risks, add exception, confirm security exception. Okay. And okay, so now if you highlight this and you can copy, okay, so paste it in there and then just press enter. Do you want to continue? Press Y, enter. Okay, so once that finishes up, you'll get back to your command prompt like this, and we're ready for the next step. So go ahead and grab the next line, copy, press enter. That one goes much quicker. And then the next step is we are going to type exit, which takes us out of root. So now we need to download from these two mirrors here. Okay, OpenFOAM and then third party, and then these lines here, tar, XZF, OpenFOAM. These are gonna basically uncompress it, unarchive it. So if you read here, it says this you can copy and paste all in a single go. As I said at the beginning, don't copy the comment. Okay, but starting with the CD down to here, highlight it all. Click copy and paste, and this will take a couple minutes as well. So once you're finished, you should be back to your command prompt. If it stops and you're still on this line here and your cursor's at the end and it's not a clear line, press the enter key, wait a couple seconds until you get to a clean prompt. Okay, so now here, this step's optional, but go ahead and do it. It's just creating a couple symbolic links. Press copy, enter. Okay, so now you need to check your architecture. You need to see if your I is 686 or x86-64. If you're running, MacBook Pro like I am, you're going to be x86. So once you get your proper architecture and know for certain, go down to the line, that's appropriate for your architecture. So I am going to copy this line right here. Paste, enter. And that explains that a bit more right here. Now let's build the third-party folder. So we're going to change directory to get into the third-party directory. And in case you're wondering, this is a variable, so it's going to bring us there. Oops. So if you look at the path, we're on OpenFOAM right now. Then we're going to change directory. And now it's got us in third-party -2 .3.0. Okay, so now copy this here. Very important. There is a period at the beginning here before this slash, okay? This is how you're going to run all wmake. This is a command, like a script, okay? So if you miss this period, this won't work. So make sure you get the entire thing. While this is sitting here flashing like this, don't do anything. It's just gonna sit here like this. Don't worry. Come up into your settings. Even go to System Settings. Go to Brightness and Lock. Turn screen off when inactive. While I'm doing these installs, I turn this stuff off so my screen doesn't lock on me. Okay, I don't want it to suspend. You can see actually as we were talking, see my system's already done. It says 5 to 30 minutes, but mine's done. But there are going to be some steps coming up where it's going to take longer, so even if yours did it fast like this, still follow along with this. Okay, come over to power, just make sure that these are, when plugged in, don't suspend. Okay, show battery. Alright, we just basically want to make sure that when we get into some of the longer steps here where we're waiting, you don't want your computer, your virtual computer, going to sleep on you. So now we need to update the shell settings. Okay, Ubuntu 12.04 comes with CMake 2.8.7, but ParaView 4.1.0 needs CMake 2.8.8 or newer. Therefore, we'll need to do a custom build. For those of you that have never installed OpenFOAM before, ParaView is a graphical user interface that's going to allow us to actually view the results. So OpenFOAM itself is a set of solvers, numerical solvers. So I'll end up doing some tutorials on some of the tutorial builds that they have that come with it, but when you run the processes, in order to actually view anything, you need ParaView. So this step is very important. Okay. Okay, so once that completes, make sure you're clear. Once again, if you still have any commands there, go ahead and press enter. Now, in order to build ParaView 4.1.0 that comes with OpenFOAM, you need to go ahead and run this script here. And once again, take very close notice of the period at the beginning. Get used to that, because that's the way it's always going to be. Highlight this. Note, this can take between 30 minutes to 2 hours or more. Once again, this is dependent upon your system, so I'm going to go ahead and run this and come back when it's done. As I said before, this is important during every one of these steps. This will sit here like this. Alright, once that's complete, let's make sure we update the shell environment. So let's go into the main source folder. Okay, copy. Project directory, okay. And now we're going to run this script, as with the other ones. Make sure you don't miss the period. And this one, I know the last one took a little bit, but this one's going to take even longer. So at this point, you know, you're good to go ahead and probably walk off for a bit and go do something else. And myself, I'm going to pause the video and come back when it's done. All right, once that's complete, it wants us to run the command one more time. If you look here, it says run it a second time for getting a summary of the installation. So if you just select in here and press the up arrow on your keyboard and then go ahead and press enter. Okay, so that time it should only take a couple seconds. And then to check if everything went well, it basically wants you to type the OpenFOAM command -help. And if this works, then you know your installation is correct. If you know it doesn't work, then we'll have to troubleshoot from there. So actually, just to make sure you don't get any typos, go ahead and copy it, paste, using OpenFOAM 2.3. As you can see here, build 2.3. So so if you close this out and then open a new terminal, when you're at this, you want to type OF230. Alright, well, thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like it or subscribe to my channel. I'll be putting out a lot more, and you know, of course, that'll make sure that you get a notification as soon as I release new videos. Alright, well, hope to see you in the next tutorial.